right, everybody. I'm so excited to be here live from a very, very steamy Los Angeles with Sunny Jiang,
Yeah,
right? I got it
correct.
right. And we are going to be talking about a lot of great things. But before I do that, I wanted to remind you of what's happening over at Female Founder Collective and specifically with the 10th house. So we have been so hard at work behind the scenes. We're rethinking about our membership to make it even more helpful for you all, because these conversations, the one that I'm having with Sunny, the ones that I usually have on LinkedIn Live, are typically reserved for our members. That's going to continue to be the case, but we are actually going to be structuring something really special that's at the beginning of each cohort, or that you can get on your own. So stay tuned for more information on that. We do have our fashion accessories and basically any apparel business that you might have, or any handbags, socks, whatever, or jewelry. Those are all part of our fashion cohort. And of course, glasses being the most relevant one right now. They're all going to be part of our upcoming cohort. So stay tuned for more information on that. We're super excited. But speaking of, I do want to dig right in because, Sunny, you've built an online brand that is doing over 300 million in sales. I hope you don't mind me sharing that very impressive stat. And I want to get into all the things that you've done as CEO and president to do that. So I'm going to give everybody a little bit of background on you, because you really should command their attention because of everything that you've accomplished. Her leadership extends across domains of finance, operations, marketing, and beyond, evolving her role into that of a dynamic general manager and visionary CEO. By the way, very difficult things to do in tandem. So huge congrats on that. Over her 8-year tenure at the helm, Sunny has orchestrated a remarkable transformation, propelling the company to unparalleled heights while quadrupling its top-line revenue. So I want to get into the direct-to-consumer playbook, right? And you started there in relatively early days, but again, it's only been, I think we said 6 years. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to talk about how you quadrupled revenue and served millions of customers globally. What are some of the things in the early days that you focused on in order to start creating growth and help turn this company into a category leader?
Great. That's a good question. And thank you for inviting me here today. I'm very happy to share some thoughts or experience. Actually, at the very early stage, Eyebuydirect has been like doing a very simple thing. That is to build up the trust with customers, and really simplified the experience and make great eyewear truly accessible. So there are a few milestones that like I want to share as example. For example, one of the most beautiful thing is our in-house model. And we always manage the end-to-end customer experiences, from the frames design to the lenses manufacture, the supply chain, logistics, customer service, and of course the marketing investment, the dynamics. So this is really allowing us a solid foundation for flexibility and profitability. And of course, we are always data driven because, like when we started from 20 years ago, Eyebuydirect has always been digitalized. Like a majority of the things we are doing is online. So we always rely or make decisions from data. And even today when AI is there, and you have to cope with data and leverage and understand what is the insight that it's delivering to you. And I also want to say about the product side, we never compromise about the product focus. From the frames to lenses, right? Do they still last after years? Even they're super affordable and stylish. And also the lenses, do they still reduce the glare or the scratch? Right? So like these things really help when we started the business from years ago to now.
So I want to dig into some of these things, because you said 3 main and really important things, and each one of them is sort of a category in and of itself that we could talk for days about, but you
Yeah.
talked about customer experience end to end and really owning that, right? That's such
Yeah.
an important part of what you guys have been able to do. You talked about product, obviously, and that being so great. And you also talked about data. I want to first jump into data because that's such a hot topic right now. And there's, I think, a lot of data overwhelm. As sort of an initial step when you first joined the business, what did the existing data landscape look like? And what were some of the first things you did to evolve it or create an infrastructure that would give you the insights you needed in order to grow? Because I
Yeah.
think we likely have a lot of small businesses that are on here, right, that have e-com and they don't have a big budget necessarily to do these things or a big infrastructure yet.
Yeah, for sure. Like the first thing so we did was to, as I mentioned, the business model was in-house, right? End-to-end
Yeah.
management of everything. So we had our internal IT and we had our data team from the beginning. We built up the platform, the technical side, non-technical side by ourselves. And because we host the information from the customers, the market, and from our own platform, so everything was unified at one location or place. Plus, we have a couple of people from
And
the
this is
beginning.
just like the customer coming in and filling out information about their prescription
Yeah.
and their preferences. Like, was anything beyond prescription? Like, what kind of data did you have in the customer?
No, from customers, I think on the website, as you mentioned, they need to fill in their
Yeah.
prescription so they can choose the different types of lenses, right? And then they will browse the website. They will interact with the different product and the different locations of the website. And then they check out, right?
Yeah.
All of the touch bases, we want to have an understanding and we want to understand their preference and their behavior. And
Yeah.
when they check out, we build the CRM. We had our database from almost day one.
Wow.
Sorry, it's a little dark.
Was there a particular CRM or we'd love to get specific here with FFC. So I'm just wondering if there was a specific CRM that you had in place and if that's what is scaled with you or if you redid that infrastructure initially.
No, if we talk about CRM, I would say among everything we did, it was one of the reasons or main reasons of the success in the past many years.
Yeah.
As I mentioned just now, that from your first order, it means that you have your database, you have your CRM, and you decide what do you do.
Yeah.
Right. So like that is what across the past many years we evaluated the team a lot and the strategies, the tactics, etc. But I would say that now the biggest asset for Eyebuydirect is our database and the CRM ecosystem.
Got it. And you kept that same CRM in place.
Oh yeah. So we have a team managing that.
Built with it.
Yeah, still do.
And did you have any particular data or tools that you were using to track user behaviors on your pages? Like who were you hosted by and like what analytics platform did you overlay?
I don't know, like if I may mention the vendor's name, but I would say the solution is a combination of effort from external partners and internal ideas or solutions. So because I said, like we have our own tech team, right? So a lot of the either for tracking or like for personalization, we developed a lot. Because I said, we have the database, we understand, we have some first-hand data or numbers, right? So we do that with the in-house team. And also we leverage partners across the year about different purposes.
Yep. Can you tell us also some of the things that you feel you did differently in the process of the end-to-end customer experience, right? Like, some of the things that you think also helped maybe drive more conversions or sales as a result of them, or alternatively that that created more loyalty to your platform?
Yeah, so I would say, like as discussed just now, we are always as a digital player, we are always very data driven, right? So like we always want to understand what's going on and how can we improve. We also like make a lot of experiments and tests, either through the channels or on the website or through the CRM platform. So like we test even now, like at the same time in parallel, we have several tests ongoing. So we all like, I think that is giving us so many learnings. This is the beautiful side I love to work on digital or e-commerce, because when you have an idea, you deploy and then you implement, push them to the market. The next day, when you wake up, and then you learn something already, what worked, what didn't.
Sunny, can you give us an example of some of the like specific ideas that maybe you've done in the past that you've tested, and maybe one that's failed and then one that was successful? Like, I think that would be helpful for people to understand, like, what do some of these tests look like and what sort of insights do they give you?
Yeah, so I'm immediately thinking of some examples. Maybe one of them I can mention is, for example, on a website, when you land on the homepage, that is our hero page, that is hosting a lot of customers every day. And like the most promising location is the image, like the banner on top, right? For that one, we want to make sure that we give enough insights and incentives so customers, they easily get what they want and they convert, hopefully. And for this, we did a lot of tests. One of them is to have in the past many years, we only had one image or one message on this banner. Okay, so like it's either about the promotion or about a product launch or a collection, whatever. It worked okay. But again, because, like we have 200,000 visitors every day, right? So like they have different demands. And how to meet their different demands. Some of them, they want just one pair. Some of them, they're not ready to buy. They just want to explore and learn, right? So one of the things we are doing recent years is to have them, to give different content and information, and to rotate a bit the message to them. So if we want to reach a goal that if you are repeat customers, we understand your behavior and your preference, even your previous purchase, then the content you see, maybe it's about a specific lenses or a frames that you browsed in the past. But if you are new, this dearest location or like a space also give you the educational or inspiring content that say, oh, like this is something triggering my interest. I want to explore more. I want to learn more from there. Then you go down the road. So that I would call it, that type of personalization, it really pay off the effort from multiple teams, because it was a combined effort from our UI UX team, ID team, and a marketing team.
Just testing these different things and seeing
just testing these and the result, the incremental value, I mean.
Can we talk? I want to talk a little bit about, because you clearly have a lot of repeat customers, and I'd be interested to hear like what your repeat customer rate is, if you're willing to share. But even if you're not, I'd love to hear about how you guys, do you have any loyalty programs that, and what do those look like? And what do you think has been the biggest thing that you've implemented to create better retention or increase cart size?
So there are a couple of things when we talk about, let's maybe first talk about the loyalty program. We do have a loyalty program, again, that was internally designed and also deployed, and we always revamp, like adjust, update, etc. But just to give you a sense of the power from the loyalty program, about 25-30% of the total CRM revenue is from the loyalty program. And we have millions of loyal members. So one is that, we have been in this category or industry for many years. When we started, it was a blue sea. Now it's a red sea, I would say. The competition is really fierce. It's totally different story. But, the people that follow, right? Like when you resonate with them, when you do what you do is aligned with their value, they just, follow, like they come back. But another thing is also that, the program we work with them, we personalize and customize the experience. If you only purchased once, how do we want to go back to you to give you the next or give you some ideas? And if you purchase 10 pairs a year, who is very loyal, you always have gift for your family, your friends, what can we do for you? So it's really categorized into different tiers. And then the communication is also tailored according to the timing, according to your interaction with the website. So yeah, this is a little bit about the loyalty program. But if we look at retention, in my head, retention is a different topic or story compared to loyalty program because it's a program. But the retention is a huge, big topic. Retention can be related to so many things. We can talk about, like one day for that. But I really, like the things jumping down to the top of my head is when you expect a good retention. By the way, Eyewear does have a super big rate of the revenue from the repeat customers. So you have to do a diligent job. For example, again, I cannot stress more about the importance from products. Because, product is the core element which bring confidence to both your customer audiences and yourself. If customers, like they are comfortable, they are happy with what they buy, they will come back without you tell them. And they come back bringing their fellows, their friends, right? This is a word of mouth. This is super powerful and valuable. Everything starts from the product. That is why at Eyebuydirect, I say every element of the product, even including the package, the cases, the cloth, we are super serious about it. We want to make sure that they are always reliable.
And in terms of, them coming back, what do you find, what's sort of the insight that you have on the customer and how often they buy glasses? Like in general, how do you offer a subscription as well? Like where you can keep ordering every 6 months or every 3 months?
Yeah, right now we did some studies about subscription, and we are still planning something maybe for the future. But so regarding how frequently, right? Like how often do they come back? So our cost, because Eyebuydirect is positioning itself on the, like affordable value eyewear position, right? So like the frequency is averagely about 1.5 to 2 times a year overall for our audience in a database. So some of them higher, as we just mentioned, they are part of the loyalty program, because in the loyalty program, there are different tiers. Some of them are really on the top of the pyramid. Some of them are a little bit, like spreading into other places. So, and also, in average, people, they come to visit, they always buy more than one pair. One pair maybe for yourself, one pair, like for others, or one pair for reading, another pair for some different purposes. That's very, very common.
You're probably even encouraging people to buy glasses for, like our head of programming, Avery, was saying, she's like, I buy them for every season, right? Like where they might go to the eye doctor once a year and get a new prescription, they're actually coming more frequently than that because of the ease of the experience
Yeah.
and how good the product is.
Exactly. And actually, we encourage customers to look at the glasses as something not only functional, but also fun.
Yeah.
Like today you go to cinema. What, by the way, I love your glasses. The square fit,
Thank
really,
you.
your
Thank
face.
you. I need to wear glasses right now because I have problems looking at screens for too long. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
so I have to wear
Maybe the
that
blue light blocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, blue light blocking is really good.
Yeah. And sometimes I'm not as sensitive, but then there are other times I'm very sensitive. So
Me too. Me too. What I do is another topic, by the way. My eyes are extremely sensitive.
yeah,
And I change between eyeglasses and the contacts almost every day. So
yeah,
sometimes my experience is that if of course, I'm in the business, right? It's very easy for me to replace the glasses with another pair. But it really helped me, sometimes when
yeah.
I choose different functions, that blue light or blue light blocking, as mentioned just now, or transitions, which can
Mhm.
change the color instantly from indoor to outdoor, out to inside. So it really helped me,
Yeah,
to reduce the fatigue, I would say.
yeah. And there's probably a lot of things that you're educating the consumer about. But I
Oh,
want to get into obviously the eyewear market, there's a lot of incumbents, there's a lot of legacy brands. So how, in terms of customer acquisition, what have you done that you think has enabled you to stand out?
the acquisition, I would say, again, we talk about the retention. I feel repetition or retention is the best form of acquisition. You do not look at it like a retention as just a retention itself. They influence each other, right? So if your product, your service, your experience resonate, solve the problem from customers, retention will come back, and that is the best acquisition, right? So this is one thing I would say, and another is really like about the brand mission. Do you have a clear voice about the brand promise, the brand message? Are you clear and consistent on it? I
Mhm.
see, some brands nowadays, like they, sorry, it's getting dark. Like the light here is a little tricky. Yeah. No, I say that, like some of the brands, when they just newly start, maybe they are a little bit aggressive, like they toss a lot of dollars to the market. They have a lot of news collections, but really the brand side, it is drawn or like it is lost in
Yeah.
in the market or in the mass. So I would say, to be honest, Direct in the beginning, we were also very result driven, super performance driven, bottom, like lower
Bottom of the
funnel,
funnel.
yeah, bottom funnel, lower funnel, P&L. But I think the game is changing now. So like you grow very fast, 30%, 50% a year. But now like you really want to, I don't say slow down, you want to calm down and to think about what really matters for you, especially your customers. So I
Sure.
say, yeah. So go like from the speed side to a little bit of depth side.
And I mean, are there certain campaigns? Like, what does your marketing mix look like? Are you heavily focused on creators? Are you heavily focused, like, do you target doctor's offices, right? And do you provide any to doctor's offices? Or do you like, what is your sort of channel mix that you're
Mhm.
thinking of that helps you to constantly fill that top of funnel?
Yeah, it's really a mix. I say, from the very beginning, we didn't put the eggs into one basket. You
Yeah.
probably know, yeah. So like, that's a saying. So as we said, even in the beginning, some of the years we were bottom line driven, but we
Yeah.
still, like spread the resources into different locations. And now we touch base with almost all of the digital channels or platforms, I would say. We do a lot of search, organic, paid. We do a lot of social. as well, commercial activities and sustainable organic one, and we create content and push it to the market with the influencers. For example, we have our very good influencer platform, and we have some activities regularly.
Do you manage that in-house or is it through an agency?
This we use the agency. So we have an internal team managing that, and the internal team collaborate with the agency doing that.
Got it.
It's heavy work. It's very operational.
Yeah, it is operational.
It's impossible to do everything by
herding cats.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So and also all of the like a DG channel, as I said, shopping, affiliate, CRM, as we already touched or discussed, is really well spread and mixed engine, and also is super dynamic, which means that every day when we put the dollars as this structure to the different locations, we review in a day. And then tomorrow we can move it from A to B or B to A.
So it's really dynamic.
Day, really, really dynamic. And I give you example, the Black Friday is arriving, right? The holiday. That is the hottest season for us. And what we are doing is the hourly managed. So like we want to make sure we have a visibility and understanding about, like the input, output every hour.
Got it.
So we can adjust, right, and improve.
And in terms of email and like building your database, how do you go about that? Like, what's sort of been your primary area? And then I want to hear what you would recommend to a founder who's just starting out in direct to consumer e-com.
Yeah,
the right strategy.
Let's first talk about our practice, and then I have some thoughts to share with the audience here.
Yeah.
So our practice is quite, I would say, quite consistent. So like when we operate the emails, we have two parts. One is the bulk, the broadcast, which means the campaigns, the content. As I just said, when we create a content with our new influencer, we want to push that to the database with email. So this is the bulk, including promotions, non-promotions, and part one. And another part, which is the automatic email, which means that, for example, you come to the website, you spend, 10 minutes, you browse the 10 frames, red, rectangle, whatever. And after, like the system will automatically trigger a following up for you, right? So like say, maybe we go back. This is
I actually kind of love those because a lot of times I'll be browsing a website and then I'll get a phone call or get distracted and then.
Yeah.
So it is a great strategy.
Yeah, that's maybe too. I don't like it.
But
by the way,
you have to already have somebody's email in order to do that, right? Like that can't be a new customer; it would have to be a returning customer, right?
Oh yeah. So like the database is mostly for the people who registered with us, who opt in, right? Who visit. It doesn't need to be someone who purchased. As long as you enrolled yourself in our program, and then like you will receive some communications.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. And then,
no, go ahead.
I was just going to probably ask the question you were going to answer, which is, what would you recommend? Like, starting off, they don't have a big budget and they're trying to win in e-com.
My advice, or I highly suggest is, like don't push too much your audience, or like with a very strong commercial purpose. This is something I don't recommend, but you always want to be inspiring, educational. You want to be, like you want to have an interesting thing which is relevant to your audience, right? Yeah. So you cannot extract value.
Like value first.
Value first, inspiration first. Okay, so ideas first. So for example, we are in the optical industry, and about 1 year ago, we launched our Eco Center. In Eco Center, we have 3 collections about the eco-friendly materials. And then when we send out that communication to the customers, there was a lot of engagement and interest, like people that just come and explore from the website. And ultimately, it benefited your performance and sales. But
Yeah.
you don't have to tell people that they come to buy us because we have this. You just give them some, from the material, who we collaborated with, how did we have the process. You had some video, some interesting content for that. This is something I think people value. They're curious.
Yeah. So it's just not outright pushing the service. And if I'm hearing you right, it sounds like what's really worked for you is to have a great product and a great user experience on your site, but lead with service and lead with education.
Exactly.
So I love that, and I tend to agree, and you can see why you would be winning with that. I want to talk a little bit about scaling and how you've been able to scale in a way that hasn't imploded you, right? Because it's hiring a bunch of people, or the data infrastructure can be really overwhelming. But eyebuy.direct's AI recommendations are a huge part of its success. How do you think smaller brands can start using AI to personalize the experience and also streamline customer service, even without like a data science team?
By the way, I don't think AI work should, start from or, need to start from our AI, as you said, a data scientist team, right? It's not a must. It's not imperative.
You don't need a data scientist team.
Yeah. We didn't have a data scientist team for many years. We only have that in the recent, I would say, 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Right. It totally worked in the past. I think it's not about data dedicated data team or scientist team, but it's about seeing or learning how to work with data or AI intelligently and efficiently. Right. So the starting point could be from your learnings from data. As again, if it's a digital business, there is data everywhere. From as we said many times just now, the channels to your own database, to your website. On your website, by the way, you have so much first-hand data already you can use. Right. And even you do a survey. We always do survey to understand the different perspectives, right? When you do a survey, it's totally the first-hand information or data, and you can leverage for different purposes, right? So again, the beginning is to understand, with your goal and objectives, what insights you have from data. And then after that, you see how to apply it to your customers, to the market, and to your target audience. So this again, I think personalization is a hot topic. Not only me, not only eyebuy.direct, everywhere. Recently I'm talking to the team about our concept. I guess I created the concept because I don't think it exists in the market. But I always say that everybody is talking about personalization, but let's be careful. We welcome progressive personalization rather than aggressive, because you can do personalization everywhere so much, but it is easily overwhelming for your audience.
It can be, yeah.
It can be, right? And personalization definitely need AI and the power from data, right? As we just said, the first point, you understand something from data, and then you do personalization in a progressive way. And usually, we say, for example, I browse different websites every day. Sometimes when I leave the website, I even don't remember I visited them. I totally forget. And under this situation, if you come back to me with 10 emails a day, and without explaining why you come back, or, who are you, I feel lost. So under this context, progressive personalization means that, okay, I browse the red rectangle, as we said, or black frames from eyebuy.direct. Then you come back to me. You say, oh, Sunny, I see that, maybe you're interested with this black frame. And I come back to you with some references or recommendations. Are you interested?
Mm-hmm.
And then under this, you will see if a customer responds to that. Yeah. If there is no response, you probably want to calm down, because then if they do,
slow your roll.
Yeah, slow your roll. And if they do that, then you understand, after the recommendations relevant to what
Mhm.
was interacted with the customers, and then like which resonated better with the customer. Accordingly,
Yeah.
we have that. This is calling the step-by-step progressive personalization powered by AI.
Are there any AI or automation tools that you've used to help with efficiency in marketing or logistics or any of those areas of your business? And then I'm going to go to your question, Carrie, from the audience.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, so we do have variable. We do have different tools or services. I say, for example, on a website. On a website, that is also a very interesting project related to the AI. We launched a feature called a prescription scanner, which means that when you come to the website to fill in the prescription, before this feature, you have to do that manually, right? You have the paper from your doctor, and you realize this is the left eyes, that is the right eyes, and then you match the information into our website, the form. And it was a lot of hassle and complications.
Yeah.
And then what we did in the beginning of the year that, like we leverage our AI and a team of engineers. So like they developed our software that is allowing customers just upload their paper from their optometrist. Everyone has the paper
Amazing.
after, right? And you upload.
Yeah.
Then the system will automatically recognize and match the information from your doctor to our system.
That's so nice.
Yeah. And the accuracy rate was so good, so high. And the customers, after you take a 2-second review to make sure it's properly, in the places, and that's it. So this feature, helped the conversion rate engagement to grow so much. So we were so happy with it. This is, of course, this was again a combined effort from internal resources and the external technology. And by the way, we leveraged AWS from Amazon for that. But on the website, like there are multiple places with this kind of technology, like also supported by AI, also the product recommendation, as we mentioned just now. So when you look at, for example, you look at $20 of frames, and you consider you're interested in this range, then we will immediately pop up or give you some options for this.
Yeah.
According to that, as this is also powered by AI.
Smart. Yeah. I feel like recommendations is just a wide open category.
Yeah.
That's perfect for AI because that's what we input into AI anyways. And it's such an easy way for them to scan and understand what you need personally.
Yeah.
I have an audience question from Carrie, and that's, do you have any advice on how to reduce return rate? I have a feeling on what you're going to say based off of what you've said so far, but I'd be interested to hear.
Yeah, okay, there is something popping in our screen. Is it the same as what you, so reduce return? Yeah, I think it's the same. Eyewear is so personal. People really like to try it before they buy, and a high return rate can really eat at profit. Yeah, that's true. I appreciate Carrie. Thank you for the question. Actually, at Eyebuydirect, it's very fortunate to say that our return rate is really decent. It's about 4-5%. Out of 100 customers who purchase, only 4 or 5.
What is the benchmark for the industry, Sunny?
I think it's
very low.
Digit. Yeah, it's double digit at least.
Wow.
Yeah. But we do have
part of that is price point and the fact that because I was thinking, the answer to that question from you would be, you have a really great product and it's at the right price point, and then people are happy with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, because we have the product, they are in different tiers, right? So we start from $6, but also we have other brands, premium brands like Ray-Ban, Oakley, right? They can be hundreds of dollars. When we analyzed the return rate or like a refund, right? So we didn't find that the higher tier prices, they had a higher refund rate. We didn't see that. Because in the beginning, we thought the same. When you pay more, it is more chance. There is more chance, a higher chance, for people to refund. but actually it was not the case. We were a little surprised to find that. But we do have customers who redo. I don't know. I know it's a little complicated, the definition. In our industry, we look at return into two areas. One is a refund, another is a replacement. Refund means that the people who basically want to get back their money, right? I say, okay, like I'm not happy, it doesn't work, just refund me. And a replacement that, I'm happy, maybe, like it's not the shape that I like, it's the color little different than what I saw, whatever reason, and I want to have the same pair and as a replacement. So we do both.
Got it.
We have the both of them, but I would say, like we were not bothered about, like this kind of, because we are very diligent about the product, the website explanations about the service, everything. So it's fine.
You know what you're getting. As
Yeah.
a customer.
But coming back to this, Carrie, right? Sorry, I forgot the name. Carrie, the audience is questioning how to reduce it, how to make it better. Again, I say do your job, right? Do your job as a digital player. Like make a nice product. Always give value beyond the customer's anticipation. Give them more. Like everyone is smart. Like they receive more, they build a solid product. The service is 24/7 essential. So then, like the return and all the replacement will be supported, will be better.
I like the idea of replacement as well as like being part of your return policy is like you can like replace at 50% off or something, if you don't like the item. Just surprising and delighting with that service, I think it's an interesting way of going about it. So love that answer.
And customers for replacement, sorry to interrupt you, Ali. So I'm just excited talking about this because it's a service that customers really care. For replacement also, recent, I think a couple of years, we developed our new feature on the website to allow customers to do replacement by themselves. You don't have to call us or, like write long emails to explain the reason or the concern background. You just go to the website and say, this I want the same, but just, different lenses or, like a different like a feature or the function, then you do it online by yourself.
Love that. We have time for one question, Sunny. And for me, just in general, thinking about scaling within direct-to-consumer, as the direct-to-consumer space matures and evolves, what's changing about how you think about growth, especially because what used to work is not working anymore? Right? It's a very different market and very different economic pressures are up against businesses.
Yeah, that's also a good one. I think we touched this point a bit earlier. If I think about the situation 5 years ago, that is 2020, right? Before COVID, the 2020, around that year. Again, like everything was about growth, grow, speed, like acquisition and database. By the way, like during from 2020, I think from 2020 to 2023, our top line revenue was doubled. Wow. So you can sense that, like how much effort we pay or how much attention there was like just for the growth a few years ago. And, but the story is changing now. So like, we're at the end of 2025, like we're entering into a new era year. The time is totally different and the game is still the game, but the tactics, the way to play the game is totally different. We are facing a transition for the brand, like from, as again, we mentioned briefly, from a very fast speed growth mode to, like, a good level of depth, which means that now we really care about the brand equity, right? Like, do you have a brand story? And do you have a consistent approach to transfer your brand story, right? Do you have a support, the product to support that? So, and also the way to play, like we were totally online. And now we are thinking, oh, like maybe we should consider a little bit about the physical touch base with customers, right? So like and we had some pop-up experiences here and there. But now we are thinking, like maybe, it's something worth exploration.
Yeah.
And also, very interesting, I want to have a kind of announcement now. So like in a few days, we are launching our amazing insurance program on the website, which means that we will allow
Amazing.
customers to leverage their insurance when they shop with us.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Well, Sunny, I feel like I also have many more questions for you. And if you might consider answering Jesse's question in the comments later, but I want to thank you so much for the time that you've given us and the insight and the wisdom that you've given us. I feel like I can see why iBuy has grown so quickly under your leadership. So huge congratulations. And for everybody that is listening and watching, if you want more conversations like these, if you want frameworks and systems and ways to reduce returns and ways to figure out how to navigate your product pages, we have the community there for you. We also have access to incredible mentors and conversations and workshops to help you systematically do that. So definitely come join us. Check out our upcoming fashion cohort. Again, that's for fashion accessories as well as jewelry. So that includes glasses of any kind as well. But Sunny, really appreciate it.
Thank you, Ali, for having me. I enjoyed the time for us and also a few interactions with our audience. Thank you all.
Yes, definitely. Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye.